your clothes don't look good on you. No, it's not because your clothes are ugly or your body is wrong. It's because you are wearing them in wrong equation. Let's understand fashion by some maths. It do be sound boring, but it's true. Only proportions, balance and symmetry decides that your outfit is good or no. I will particularly talking about proportions in this video while researching about how to dress well as a man in relation to rules of mathematics. The maths isn't that great, which is written by someone who is educated in arts. The reason why I am saying this because while researching, I found out that the rule of thirds has a very big influence in fashion. But it did not make any sense to me. People don't know what they are talking about, and I have compiled some things from different sources in this video. This is so funny that people are not aware about it. People in fashion are so blind that they're promoting this weird kind of shit. In this video, I will help you out understanding the proportion, and furthermore, I will explain different ways according to psychology how you may want to dress yourself. Fashion has gotten so unnecessarily complicated thanks to the influencers and the brands that I literally have to do the math equations just to make an outfit look visually appealing. First thing I wanna talk about is golden ratio and rule of third. In India, specifically in fashion all over the world, everyone just tell to follow rule of the thirds and golden ratio to make your outfit better. But they have no idea what they are talking about. बस किसी इन्फ्लुएंसर ने बोल दिया रूल ऑफ थर्ड्स फॉलो कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो और निकल गए फॉलो करने. पता भी है होता क्या है वो. On the internet, everyone is just throw around that rule of thirds, golden ratio, like they are the same thing. Because who cares about the maths, right? But actually, they are not same at all. Those who are educated, which is very hard to find, must have heard about a sequence called Fibonacci series or Fibonacci sequence. This is the basis behind the golden ratio. The Fibonacci series is a mathematical pattern where each number is sum of the two preceding ones. Usually they start with 0 and 1. Adding two numbers together to get the maximum number of the sequence. The golden ratio is found in this sequence. Two quantities are in golden ratio if their ratio is the same as the ratio of their sum to the larger of the two quantities. While creating this ratio, the more higher your number is, the more accurate your value will be. And people seem to interchanging this to rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is if we take a rectangle and divide it into 3 equal parts, this will give 1/3 for each part. According to this, your top is ideally covered the upper 1/3 of your body and your bottom should take up in the remaining 2/3. This creates a balance and make you look taller and sharper instantly. People have assumed that this third is equal to the golden ratio, which is why you do need to research that they are not the same thing. This is Fibonacci spiral. This is the same as Fibonacci series, but an illustrated diagram which represent the golden ratio. You have seen in this picture of Leonardo da Vinci's Wyverian Man. This is based out the proportions of the golden ratio. Just to make it more clear, many of the fashion sources claim that they are explaining golden ratio, the secret in menswear golden ratio, also known as the rule of thirds. This is incorrect indeed. There is another source where golden ratio has been explained. A coat can be longer and should be if it's not at your natural waistline. This model coats come down the length of his body to cover 1.6 or thereabout of his body starting from his neck. The coat is not covering 1.6 of his body. The coat is covering 0.6 of his body. A coat covering 1.6 of his body would look like this. Basically, rule of thirds is what we are currently seeing in men's fashion trend. The crop shirt and baggy pants. As I said, I don't hate baggy pants as I made clear in my first video. I just don't like the shape of the baggy pant. We will get to that later in this video, never mind. The golden ratio and rule of thirds are not the same thing, they are very different things. And you can see golden ratio से हम ज़्यादा अच्छे से कपड़े पहन सकते हैं, उनका फॉल बहुत अच्छा होता है, इनके सिलवेट्स बहुत अच्छे बनते हैं in compared to rule of thirds. I would suggest you to dress according to golden ratio, not fashion pros golden ratio. It doesn't make any sense. If I superimpose these images, it's so evident that in my opinion, the golden ratios outfit are better than the rule of thirds outfit. Now I wanna talk about this partition. We have in this crop top and baggy jeans outfit. This creator says that he is short. There are two main things I believe wrong in this outfit. One is the partition between top and jeans and the shape of its pants. Okay, so let me explain why this gap is a little bizarre for a short man like him. I would relate this to the idea of liminal space. You may have heard this term liminal space on the internet culture where you see these empty hallways, empty corridors and empty rooms and alleyways. This is basically a term used to describe transitional or threshold places that evoke feeling of uncertainty, disorientation and emotional tension. This gap here in this partition you have with outfit is the liminal space. It's gonna make people uncomfortable and uneasy. Just don't do that for Christ's sake. In every definition, the word liminal space is described as the threshold and the gap is also threshold. So take care of it. So take care of it for the next time that you don't make people uncomfortable. And how do we remove this? I have talked about in my first video. Just don't crop it. When you tuck your shirts in, you have this flowing outfit with no liminal space. So it's better you just tuck your shirts in rather form a liminal space between your top and jeans. People have this opinion that this rule of thirds outfit makes a person look taller, but I guess you are wrong on that take. In these outfits, you are basically bisecting the outfit. The crop top and pants are making two segments of this outfit, which is basically makes you look short. A line with no divisions looks taller with compared to the line with division. This vertical line which is not bisected appears longer than the horizontal line, but they are of same length. However, the perception of illusion is that the line is taller than this horizontal line. There is one more explanation and it's called visual field. Your visual field is basically an ellipse. It's not a complete circular shape because you have two eyes. And because of the shape of this visual field, when we have two lines of the same length, the horizontal line will be further from the edges of visual field than the vertical line. So we perceive it every time that the vertical line is taller and the horizontal line. It's the illusion. By regardless of the bisection, the horizontal line is shorter. If we are to apply this in fashion, don't wear horizontal striped shirts if you want to look taller. Always wear the vertical striped shirts or t-shirts. Because of the visual field, you are gonna look shorter in horizontal stripes. You can also get rid of this factor by go with monochrome outfits by not bisecting them. It will create a flow with no bisection and therefore you will look taller. Do not intentionally bisect your outfits. The gap in the middle is bisecting your outfit and hence making you smaller. I don't hate this guy or anything. It's just stop owning up the facts you don't understand. If you are making such content, you should be aware of things you are making. So it's just remove the gap, maybe tuck it in or set it loose. You will look taller if you are not visually impaired. If I talk further about how to look taller, these two lines are of same length. However, one is perceived shorter than the other. The fins making this shape is shorter than the line with fins are away appears taller. And yes, we can apply it to fashion and the fashion bros who are bisecting their outfits. As I have talked in the start of my video that there are two things wrong with this fashion uniforms of my beloved influencers. The one is that space between their top and jeans and the second one is the shape of their pants. Now I will tell you how shape of your pants affects your height. The shape of this trouser actually makes you look shorter because it makes the shape where we perceive things with shorter length. If you want to look taller, just go with the lines which appears taller and a high waist trouser would work superb. Humans are wired to judge height and balance on the basis of the proportions. If your legs look taller, our brain instantly read you as a taller person, even if you haven't grown a single inch. That's why high-waisted trousers are basically Photoshop your legs. They cut your body higher up, close your chest, which makes you look torso small, and your legs look way longer. Low-waisted trousers, they do opposite thing. They drag the waistline down, elongate your torso, and suddenly your legs look like they are retired early. And because our brains automatically associate longer legs with better proportions, high waist trousers just feel visually right. It's pure psychology and you can use it every single day. So I believe that was it today for this video. It was fun researching the facts I have stated. Leave a like or a subscribe. If you think that I have added any sort of value in your senses, I have received a couple of messages from you guys, even though I have only 22 subscribers. They were sweet. Thank you guys. That sort of motivated me to do the research for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you soon. Tab tak ke liye bye.